ladies and G-strings. Yes, here we are. We've got yet another Antoria from the post-lawsuit era, as we can clearly identify by the headstock. And this one is the 335 style copy. So let's have a listen and then we'll have a look. So let's go. On to the distorted or noisy setting for the pickups, and we'll start with the bridge. I'm rather fond of that. Into the centre. Well, there's really nothing quite like a bit of harmonic feedback. Onto the neck. Fabulous. So listen to them on clean. And starting with the bridge and okie-dokie is the centre. Lovely stuff. Onto the neck. Yikes. Let's have a look round. So made in the Sonic factory, and although there's no serial number or the ID on this, because of the specs and whatnot, we can moderately accurately date this to between 86 and 89. So yes, as stated, made in the Sonic factory, which is, you know, obviously a very well known and a quality outlet. We have got, let's have a look from top to bottom, as we do. So we've got this post-lawsuit era headstock where, of course, Ibanez were taken to court and they were no longer, you know, the copy manufacturers were no longer able to use the open book headstock. But oh my, oh my, oh my, what a nice thing this is. And we've got, now, largely this is made from NATO. NATO is basically a species or variety of mahogany known as Eastern mahogany. We've seen these before, and it's actually the truss rod cover, amongst a few other little clues, but the truss rod cover gives us the best indication that it is made between 86 and 89 in the Samick factory in Korea. Around the back, we've got, you know, they're like shower style tuners, and you'll see with the change of the wood grain above the volute is this sticking out there, somewhere around here at the bottom of the tuners you'll see the wood grain changes. So although it's more than likely a one-piece neck and there's no scarf joint there, then certainly the headstock was tacked on thereafter. And lovely gold bits on it. The neck is in absolutely beautiful nick, and of course where it meets the body, which is also NATO, we have got binding both back and front. And the body is, yes, it is NATO, but it's laminate or ply, really, if you like. And so we've got 22 frets. The frets are in great nick. There's a few little cowboy cord divots in the neck here, but it makes no difference to anything, and they're quite light. And you've got pearloid inserts there. Pearloid, of course, is plastic that's made to look like pearl. It looks like a corian nut, but certainly it's some kind of black plastic. And you've got, of course, Antoria there on the headstock, so it lets you know what it is. I mean, come on, you know, it's just a 335, really, isn't it? So you've got your stop, tail, and tunematic bridge, which is quite a wide item. When I restrung it, I did set the intonation, which was just ever so slightly out, but it looks more like a harmonica bridge, doesn't it, you see? So you've got binding around the F-holes, and you do, and this is certainly semi-hollow, and that really is evident by the fact that you do get that little bit of feedback, which is so easily controllable. Lovely, lovely thing to have. And in addition, we've got two tones, two volumes. The volumes are nearest to the top of the guitar, as per your Gibson, and the toggle switch is in a sensible place. Obviously, this guitar is being from very, very likely 1986. Well, it could be 87 or 88, but certainly it's knocking on a bit. And I've got to tell you, I mean, it only came in for a restring, you know, and a bit of a whistle up, but I've done virtually nothing to it at all. The neck straightness was absolutely bang on. I mean, really, absolutely bang on. And these diamonds, I mean, really, it just feels like a 335. By the way, plays and sounds like one as well for a tenth of the price. There is a sunburst one. The sunburst ones were slightly differently constructed. They had a maple top here, but there's one on eBay at the moment, and the starting bid is 400 quid. The last one I think that I saw that was actually sold was around the 500 quid mark, at the same as this. That was on Reverb. You can have a look if you can be bothered, to be fair. But so we've got all, you know, like lots and lots and lots of nice gold hardware, And the pickups are popping out absolutely plenty, as per. You'll see some numbers back here. Nice big old scratch plate. This, you know, this puts me very, very much in mind of one of those Chet Atkins Tennesseans, because it's a big old lad. It's quite a handful. So what else do we have? Well, of course, the jack socket is on the front, which is neither a good thing nor a bad thing. This is all a personal preference, like these things are. But they're great. I mean, it's clean. It really is clean, and it is a joy to play and a joy to be owned. So, in terms of playing, I mean, there's an absolute raft of 335 copies out there, and they are, I don't know, probably usually around the 500 quid mark, because when you're making anything that's got a big space inside it, then there's an awful lot of construction that has to be put into that. So if you're after a 335 kind of thing and you want that beautiful controlled harmonic feedback, then I can't really, if you can find one of these, get it snapped up. I mean, probably the cheapest 335 you'll find is going to be a couple of grand, and if you can pick one of these up for, I don't know, 400 or 500 quid, you can probably factor in an extra little bit if it wants a case. But again, with all of these old lads, just, make sure it works, read the description, study the photos, all the usual kind of caper. And look at it, I mean, for crying out loud, this thing is so well put together. And of course the action is exactly where it should be, at 1.25. There's no other place for string height on an electric guitar, in my opinion. Other heights are also available. So yeah, with that, I shall bid you all a fond farewell, and thank you all ever so much for tuning in. More fun and frolics on the way. Alright, adios amigos. Ta-ra.